Here at the corner of Broadway and Main in Weatherford is a beautiful little city park that the Custer County Master Gardeners put together. And here's Katherine Dickey. Hello, Katherine. This is a beautiful park. Can you tell me, how long has this been here?
We started this park in 1997. It was a centennial project and built it in 97, had it planted by 98.
Okay.
And
in what used to be in this site?
this was broken concrete. Every bit of this was just broken concrete.
You're kidding
It had
me.
been a car lot,
A car.
that hadn't been here in a long time. Mr. McFetridge donated the land, and the city kind of took over the project for a centennial project.
Well, I
and
think
that's how I was in charge of the beautification of Weatherford, so that's how I happened to be on the scene.
All right. And the Master Gardeners helped put this in, and you had...
Yes, the Master Gardeners really did not help. We got in on it a little bit later, after it was established.
Okay.
Steve Biebrick at Sunshine helped us design the park, the plantings.
Okay.
And most of it's been very successful. We haven't added a lot except annuals.
All right. And this park is used for several events?
We use it for weddings, for receptions. A lot of pictures are taken in this park. The lighting's good in it, and just a lot of occasions, community events. It's been a wonderful addition to Weatherford.
Well, I would certainly agree with that. There's just a wonderful mix of plants. I love the colors and textures, and I would guess there's a lot of color even in the winter time.
Yes, we've tried to get away from annuals because you may have 9 months out of the year that the annuals don't work very well. So we have tried to stick with perennials and the barberry, the colored foliage, and it looks good almost year round.
Well, I'm a big fan of foliage, and I think you did a really good job. And
the grasses add a
blending these.
lot to the look of the park.
This is a showy little perennial,
The rain lily.
a rain lily.
Steve planted this plant. It went in 97, and it's bloomed ever since.
Well, it's doing very well, and been established here. Been here for 4 years,
Right.
and this blooms periodically.
Yes, you know, you drive by and look, and there it is, and then you don't see it, but the foliage is pretty even when there's not a
Sure.
bloom on it. So we've
Looks-
really liked it. The Dusty Miller does not look great this year, but it has been beautiful. And I think we'll probably replant some of it. It's
Okay.
a good contrast to some of these other
Yeah, it
plants.
really shows up in with those darker colors. And you have an irrigation system, I see.
Yes, we
in the
do.
bed.
And this gets more water than the back of the park, and that's probably why these rain lilies have done well.
Well, Katherine, the plant that catches my eye the most right now is this beautiful salvia we have here.
It is a showstopper. We all look at it when we drive by, and it's autumn sage. Sherry and Steve Biebrick recommended it, and it was a wonderful recommendation. It's gorgeous, and it stays this way for a long time.
And it's been here 4 years as well?
Yes, it has. It was the original planting.
Very nice, very nice. I like the way it contrasts with the white hardscape of the planters here. Well, I see a lot of bricks here with people's names and dates.
We used this as a fundraiser, and anybody in town who desired to bought bricks, and lots of people brought one for each member of their family. I think they ran about $50 each, and so that gave us a good start on funding the park.
Good idea.
And we see lots of people out here, you know, looking for their name and
yeah.
their families. Some of them are in memory of people, and
Okay.
so it turned out to be a good thing.
Okay, well, I can see why a lot of people would like to use this park. Before we leave this Centennial Park, I wanted to just show you some antique roses that are planted in the back beds. And here is Keita Stevens.
Good
Hi,
morning.
Keita. Welcome to our program. And can you tell me a little bit about these antique roses and their names?
Back here in this northwest corner, we have Cecil Bruner, and she dates back into around about 1860s. And she's a very vigorous climber, can grow up to 25-foot canes. She's known nationwide, probably perhaps worldwide, because anybody who has a large plot for her to grow, they're going to plant Cecil Bruner. Very easy to propagate and grow, and she blooms prolifically in the spring, and then will bloom sporadically in the summertime.
Okay.
And again, a good fall bloomer.
Okay.
Then we have a shrub rose back here, and this is called Cramoisy superior, and it could get like about 6 foot by 6 foot, and it's an all summer bloomer, takes a lot of the heat, very good hardy rose, has a good nice green foliage on it. It does not, a lot of the old antique roses do not mind when they're cut and pruned. And this one, you can prune it really far down and he will grow right back again. He loves being messed with. A lot of them don't.
I love that dark red color.
It is pretty. We have also some of these planted at the City Hall too here. And then over in this corner is one called Cornelia. And it's a climber. It's not as vigorous. It's more of a slower climber and more of a daintier, smaller canes. And it blooms in an apricot pink blend and a very fruity fragrance and a true good old rose fragrance. It blooms kind of all up and down a whole cane in little clusters, and probably the little bloom is only maybe 1.5 inches wide. Very small little petite bloom.
But a lot of those.
Yes, very full of blooms, yes.
And also a heavy flush of flowers in the springtime.
Oh yes, yes. Going back to old Cecil Bruner, it was also a favorite of Thomas Jefferson in his gardens up there. He had many Cecil Bruners planted up there, and he would always wear one. It's a baby, soft baby pink bud, and he would always have that as a boutonniere in his lapel.
Well, that's really interesting.
Yes.
Well, I know a lot of people like these antique roses because they're so much easier to take care of.
Oh, very easy.
Yeah.
I tend to them, you know, the first year when I plant them, and I water them and very carefully tend to them. But thereafter, this is why I grow them, because they are so easy to maintain and they date back so many, many years. And to think so many people have had a part of their life.
Sure, just the
Of
history
the continuing.
is so
Yes.
interesting.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for showing us these
Thank
roses.
you, Steve. We appreciate it.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. You can also find more recent videos on our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.